Ooh, we about to get it poppin'. Ooh, we about to get it poppin'. Ooh, now take it to the floor. I know you like it, so tell the DJ keep it rockin' like. Ooh, here we go. I know you heard me. In a school gave me the dust soon as they got work.
This is my response to Wes's video on the Actv episode 8. Could I start? I'm gonna try to remember in sequence and go from there. In love shouldn't hurt. Yes, love shouldn't hurt, but sometimes it does. And when it does, it's up to you to find the solution to the pain. Sometimes it's as simple as letting go. Sometimes it's a little more complicated. Sometimes maybe it's worth fighting for to see if you can find a light at the end of the tunnel. It shouldn't hurt, but love isn't easy at the same time. So if it's going to bring you pain, then I think that you should let go if it's painful, but make sure that at that time that letting go is the best thing to do, because sometimes letting go isn't the best thing to do, because in the end you regret it. Yeah, love hurts, but it shouldn't have to. Sometimes it does. So, would I date someone with HIV? If I knew their status beforehand and it became someone that I really cared about and grew to love, then we would have to take the steps, if we want that relationship to go further, to come to an agreement and an understanding that my status is negative, your status is positive. How do we keep that as the norm? We have to keep it to the point to where I don't want to be in the same position. Don't try to, because you love me, feel that we need to travel that road together. Don't write my death sentence, basically. It's drastically what it comes down to. Even though, standards of living are much better than they were 10 years ago for someone with HIV. They probably, most of them will outlive us who are negative. I'm in a relationship with someone for a long period of time and we've grown to love one another and we're together, and it comes up that that person is positive, then it comes into play, or do you want to go and leave the relationship knowing that they may have exposed you as well, and go and get tested to see if that's the case? And if you are, then both of you are in that fight together, and if you're not, do you care to stick with that person? Let's just say, yes, I would. In the people story. On the down low, as far as living a same-sex attraction relationship lifestyle, that you feel the need that you have to hide it. In certain situations, I see why some people do, but at the same time, it's about acceptance. If you feel that you're ready to live that life and take that step, which means finally being you and being comfortable with you and happy with you, most people can't accept it, especially if it's someone they've known for a long time, especially if it's your family. If they find out that you're in a same-sex relationship, that you're gay or you're bisexual, they tend to look at you funny, or they tend to try to figure out when and where did that happen. I'm in that situation. Well, with my family, they were trying to figure out, we seen her with a guy all the time, then she's single for a while, and then here she comes with this girl with her everywhere she goes. And most of my family was very accepting. I had one asshole of a cousin that actually broke it down to the dumbest terms and said, "What, you don't like dick no more?" I looked him kindly in the face and I smiled and I said, "I love dick, but pussy's good." People who are judgmental of someone else and don't take the time to look at themselves, everybody has flaws. Everyone has cracks. Everyone has something that about them that is not perfect. I don't care if it's superficial. I don't care if it's inner. I don't care if it's outer. If you can accept your flaws as your flaws, to the point that when someone tries to come at you to belittle you, to point them out, and you accept it. Yeah, I know I am. But why are you dogging me for something? I know that. Another way to find out what your flaws are is if you have a circle of friends who have been around you for a very long time, but their biggest thing about you is a general statement from everyone. When the survey says, ding, this is you, then you need to take a step back and look at, why do they see this in me? And then if you take it as a flaw or if you take it as a trait. Flaws and traits are two different things. A trait is something that is you. No matter what time of day, that's you. A flaw is something that when it comes up, that's why people don't want to fuck with you. So when you look at yourself and you see that flaw, you can do one of two things. Fuck it, that's me. You accept it as a trait, or you work on it to improve yourself. Self-improvement is a wonderful thing. I've done that a lot of times. I constantly do. Things are pointed out to me all the time that aren't liked. But I also have a lot of friends who had to step back and look at the fact of, you know what, that's something that can't be helped. I saw it as a flaw. And some things that were seen as flaws, I realized that they were permanent traits. So I dealt with them. But for someone to stand there and judge you for the things you do and act like they are all holier than thou and cannot and will not accept the shit. I mean, it's not like it's something that you say to these motherfuckers once in a blue moon. It's every time something comes up. Just, okay, this is what I feel is a flaw. If every time something comes up, your name is in it as the person that said it or the person that went and told the world, then maybe sometimes you need to learn to shut the fuck up. I've been in that situation. I'm still in that situation with a particular person, but I don't care anymore because that person now is on the outskirts of my life. I have other friends who still associate with her, but she's on the outskirts of my life because I can't deal with it. Everything that I do that she don't fucking like gets thrown. That bitch did this and that bitch did that. To her, I am that bitch. And this ain't been for a little while. This has been for maybe the last 10, 15 years. Fuck it. It is what it is. But don't throw stones when you're in a glass house. Sweep around your own front door before you sweep around mine. Work on your flaws in yourself before you come at me about what the fuck I do wrong. That's just a general statement. It's not to anyone. It's a general statement. That's the way I feel about people who do that. Don't come at me about the shit I do wrong when you've done shit 10 times worse. Please don't do it. Being yourself is the best thing you can be. If you feel an attraction towards the opposite sex, then by all means follow that. I'm not saying that because it works for me, but follow your heart. Live for yourself. If no one approves, then they're on the outskirts of your life. Those who approve, you put them in another standard. And then you're better off. But to keep it a secret, you're lying to yourself. And that's never good. Never lie to yourself. Be truthful. Wes, this video was long, but I love you. And I'm coming up on my 10 minutes. I hope one day to be a big boy like you. It was a long video, but you had some valid points to prove. And late night is the best time because right now it is 2:29 in the morning where I am. And I'm at 10 seconds. So I'm going to cut this short. Thanks, sweetie, for giving me something to listen to. Love you.